Four prisoners in the federal prison in Terre Haute had been slated for execution starting early next month, but a ruling from a judge this week put a stay on those executions. With us to explain that ruling and what to expect next is Jody Madera, professor of law and author of the book Killing McVeigh, The Death Penalty and the Myth of Closure. Jody, thanks for coming on. Let's just start with, I know this is kind of complicated, but the legal reasons of why these executions have been put on hold.
Sure. Well, the legal reasons actually go back to as early as 1993 and 1994, when the federal government basically prescribed through a congressional statute that executions shall take place according to the method prescribed by the state of conviction. But the Department of Justice actually wants them to take place according to a uniform federal procedure. And so those two have always been in conflict, and now that's coming to head.
So what does the ruling say about those two different, the Department of Justice arguing their rules should be used rather than Congress?
Well, the order is pretty definite that given a statute versus just an administrative agency regulation, the statute always takes precedence.
So the DOJ has one method, and then individual states have another. Is one more humane than the other?
I would say it really depends, because there's another layer in here, and that's just that there's assertions of cruel and unusual punishment because there are so few execution drugs. So many states have gone to a one-drug protocol, others have gone to the electric chair or alternative methods, and so it just introduces a lot of uncertainty into the procedure.
So this stay had to happen now. Why is that?
Because there's an important aspect, which is that the inmates are due to be executed this year. And so by the time the next legal steps are taken in their cases, that's going to be in 2020, and that would just be too late. So it would be irreparable harm to them. And so it was very important that the stay come down now.
So what happens next?
What happens next is that the executions are on hold, and in early 2020, we'll see what the briefing and the next legal hurdles say. But again, even if this stay is lifted, they still have to litigate the underlying issue, which is whether these methods, whatever they are cruel and unusual.
We just have about 30 seconds left, but what about some of the other states and how that compares to Indiana in terms of these rules?
These rules, well, I would say that most states are using a one-drug cocktail at this point, midazolam. The issue here is pentobarbital sodium, which is the federal method. I think where it really gets kind of squirrely is where the states say we can't use any drugs. We have to go back to methods that were actually cast aside decades ago, like the electric chair.
All right, Jody, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.